Hi, I'm Jack.
And I'm Anya.
And we're currently sitting in Windora. We're about to head back to Brisbane, airing the cars up. We've had an awesome week through the Big Red Bash and can't wait to show you some of the content.
We've met some of the amazing owners from our MDC owners group. So sit back and enjoy and come with us for our ride.
The Big Red Bash MDC paddock has been an annual event since 2018. Each year through the MDC and Ausrv Campers Owners Group, MDC owners organise to camp as a group at the event. This year we decided to convoy to the event as a group and have some fun along the way. The town of Eulo is a great place to stop along the way. There's a pub, store, fuel, and if you want some pampering, head to the mud baths for some TLC. If you need to camp the night, there is a fantastic free camp down by the river.
This is going to be our free camp for tonight, and then we're going to punch through tomorrow, a few more Ks, and hopefully get a bit closer to the Big Red Bash.
With miles of space and excellent free camp facilities, we highly recommend it. You've got to check it out on your next trip. After a fun night and a great sleep, it's time to pack up and get back on the road, making sure we leave this wonderful campsite exactly how we found it, clean and tidy.
I'm here with Daniel and Lydia Easton. Dan is the admin on the MDC and Ausrv Owners Group on Facebook. And Dan, you've had a few MDCs over the time. I think this one's number 4. Tell us more about that.
Yep, number 4 started with a Gal Extreme off-road, soft floor. Sort of got a little bit tired of setting and packing up a short trip, so I got the opportunity then to move into an XT10, which is now called the XT12. That thing was an awesome little van, tough four-wheel drive trails. Towed it through the telly track and Gibb River, Tanami, all over the place without a drama. Decided we wanted a little bit more comfort for, started doing these Outback trips, less tight trails, so moved into a XT17 HRT. Had that for 6 years, I think, and I've been waiting for something special to come out, and finally got the XT19 behind here that basically had everything that I've been looking for, and bit the bullet.
Yeah, so the XT19 HRT, this is the first trip. This van is fresh off the production line and it's a prototype model, so things are going to change a little bit. Lydia, what do you like about this caravan?
I love everything about it. I love the layout, I love how spacious it is, lots of storage, separate shower and toilet, and yeah, we love it.
No.
Island bed, super comfortable, I don't have to climb over him anymore. Another great product from MDC and Ausrv.
And so Lydia being so happy just makes Dan feel amazing. Dan, what's your favourite feature about the 19 HRT?
I can't really say that I've got a favourite feature. I mean, there's heaps. There's the upgrades to the outdoor kitchen from what we did have. And the electrical system in there, the fact that you can switch it on and power the whole van with 240 volts. You can run your aircon, you can run your microwave, you can power your coffee machine whenever you want. And batteries, we've been on the road since, I picked this up on Thursday last week, so what are we now? Just over a week on the road. It hasn't been on charge once. 875 watts of solar on the roof, and it's kept the batteries at 100% every day. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. And I heard from a little birdie that the production model is actually going to have a little bit more solar. And so as soon as you guys pick this up, it's gone from Brisbane to Birdsville, down some pretty ordinary roads. How did it handle?
Basically the same as my 17, that hardly even noticed it was there. Toes straight, stable. Weight-wise, this thing's fully loaded with everything to come out here for the bash, and we're actually going to do car racing that afterwards, so I've got more than what I'd normally carry. And I still had 100 kilos of payload there, so weight-wise, it's great.
We pay particular attention to the way that we build our chassis, FEA analysis, etc. It's important that these things tow straight down the road. I heard from someone that you've brought a special guest on this trip. Would you like to talk about that?
I have. I've got a little bit of a drive going to get Delta at next year's Big Red Bash. So hashtag Delta for Big Red Bash 2024, and she'll be making an appearance at this event.
You guys have been amazing. Looking forward to the event at the Big Red Bash, and thank you very much.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah.
So we're on our way to our next camp, and we've just dropped into the artesian mud baths based in Eulo. Let's go for a walk inside and see if we're lucky enough to meet the owner. So here I am with Ian, who is the owner of these amazing artesian mud baths in Eulo. So Ian, tell me a little bit about this amazing place.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting because we get our clays from the quicksand mud springs, and they get a little thin crust on top, and if you're silly enough to walk on that crust, you've got about 300 feet of slop underneath.
Wow.
So, then we bring it in, separate the fine material out, which is what's in the bath, and that you soak in that for about 20 minutes to half an hour to absorb the minerals through your skin. Then the coarser material, which is this one here, is the body pack. So you soak in that for 20 minutes, half an hour.
And try not to fall asleep.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've had people go to sleep, yeah, in the warm water. So this is the coarser material. Now, if you like to feel that, it's great stuff. See, this takes the bend out of corrugated iron, this stuff. So you finish up with no wrinkles on that side.
Perfect. I mean, it'll be beautiful on one side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I'm using it, I've got to make sure I do both sides. Back in the 1930s, there was hardly ever found a bathroom upstairs in 2-storey pubs in the bush, because people would overflow their bath, and then the poor bugger downstairs in the bar, he'd be getting water in his beer. So somebody came up with the bright idea that they put an overflow plug in here, and so they couldn't overflow the bath downstairs, and put a lead pipe in. That was the luxury of the time, was to have a bathroom upstairs.
So Ian, how long have you had these baths, and where did the idea come from?
Well, we've been here about 16, we started the baths about 16 years ago, and the whole idea was that nobody in Australia had them, because nobody has got lucky enough to have the right mud. This already comes up mixed up for us, and it's about 50 million years old.
So Ian, how many baths do you have here?
We've got 9 altogether in 3 separate areas, all quite private, open air, but very private.
Ian, it's been a pleasure meeting you. It's a fascinating little spot you've got here, and I can't wait to be able to get in there, have my wine and crackers and fall asleep.
Well, if you go to sleep for too long, we'll have to kick you out.
Thanks, Ian, you're amazing. And Ian also said you can have a bath under the stars. I'm coming back to do that.
thirsty cars and hungry travellers mean it's a stop for fuel and food on the road. With full tanks and tummies, we better check on Mel's tyre repair and see how it's holding up. The boys plugged the puncture and got her on the road in no time at all.
I just checked my tyre, it's all fixed. It's held it for 200k, so hopefully it keeps going.
After a big day behind the wheel, we arrived at camp before dark and had the MDC camp set up in no time at all ready for a big campfire, dinner and the evening argument over who would control the music and whether it would be country or doof-doof.
Check this out. We've pulled into Baloo. It's B-U-L-L-O-O. Free camp just inside of Thargomindah. It's a beautiful spot. We've got room for all of our units plus at least another 20 or 30 cars and vans. We've got free fire pits and free bins, and you've got LEDs as well. So there's no toilets or no showers, but with our MDC vans, we've got all that on board as well. So this Baloo free camp, it's just off the highway. There's not too much of a full drive track to get in there, so even your low clearance vehicles should be able to make it in all right. All of our gear being off-road, it wasn't a drama at all.
I'm with Stella and Chris, and they're going to have a 60-second quickie with Steve. So what are you telling guys?
A Forbes 12.
You love
plus. It? Love it. Mr. Forbes, we call him.
Mr. Forbes. Where are you guys from?
Western Australia.
So you travelled big trip here?
We have.
Where'd you go via to get here?
Via the Nullarbor, then through South Australia, New South Wales, Queensland. So we've been up north and across the coast, then down the south, and then come back here to Birdsville.
So he's well travelled.
We have.
How have you found it?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Caravan tow's good.
Yeah, I noticed you're towing behind a Ranger, you've got a stone stomper and everything.
Yeah.
That looks after the front end. That's a very good investment.
Yeah.
So bucket list trips, I know this one's a huge one, you've just been on a trip. You got any great destinations you're looking forward to?
You want to do Cooper Pedy on the way back, but we'll see in weather. But yeah, we like doing Outback Australia, so that was on our list.
Don't fall in a hole at Cooper Pedy.
Give River Road one day, maybe in Western Australia, up north.
Absolutely, you've got to do it. So where's your favourite campsite near home?
Down home, well, we've got plenty of spots.
Windy Harbour is a great little fishing place to go that we like to go and camp.
Fishing, I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the 60-second quickie, guys. Good to see you.
Yeah, no worries.
Alrighty, day 3. We're just going to do a bit of a once over the vehicles, the cars and the vans before we do head off. We're in Thargomindah today, and then we'll end up the trip today in Inaminka. I'm really excited. But maintenance is key, so check over your air filters before you do head off in the mornings. A good general look over the engine bay, and then make sure the oils are all sweet. Last thing you want is to be running an engine dry of oil in the middle of nowhere. So while we've got the engine bay open, we'll also have a bit of a general look over everything. I like to check battery terminals and your wiring, of course, as well as a few hoses. We are doing a lot of corrugated roads, so keep in mind that there's going to be a bit of movement throughout the vehicle, and just have a look over everything. Look for cracks, look for anything like that. So these vehicles are working pretty hard, and it's imperative that you make it home safe. 140 Newton meters. That's the number you need to remember. We're going to be talking all of the wheel nuts on these hubs every morning before we head off as well. So bracing the head of the torque wrench, 140, moving in a diagonal direction through the stud pattern. This way you'll ensure the whole face of the hub meets up with the alloy wheel, and you're not going to have any trouble on the road. Safety's paramount on the roads. If you're doing a lot of corrugated roads and a lot of highway driving, there's a lot of impact on the van and car. Good things to check is these high impact zones between the car and the van. You want to look for things around your Anderson plugs, any of your connections, your breakaway switchings, and your DO35 hitch. If you see anything wrong, address it immediately. It's not just yourself on the roads, there's a lot of other road users, and keep everything safe.
So Melissa, welcome to the MDC Paddock 2023. We're at Thargomindah and we're on our way to the Big Red Bash, but this isn't your first trip, is it?
No, it's not. I've done this before back in 2016, which seems like a little while ago, but I came on that trip with my partner Steve Robson, who used to work for you, and he's no longer with us, and kind of finding my feet again, getting back into the world of camping after 7 years, and I'm really excited, and thank you for having me.
It's awesome to have you on the trip, and what are you towing this time?
I have got the XT10E, and it's very exciting. It's a nice compact little van. It's right behind us, and so easy to tow. I'm quite blown away. I forget that it's there. I keep seeing in the rearview mirror and going, oh my God, I'm towing. So it's a beautiful little van.
Absolute ripper, isn't it? So you've got the lithium batteries, inverter, electric opening, nice little compact light unit, must tow behind that car beautifully.
It just sits in there really snug. And you've ruined my whole camping experience for the rest of my life because it's got a diesel heater. And I've never ever had a heater when I've camped before, and this is sensational. It's so quiet, it's so warm, this is glamping, but it's camping. You know, you still get the beautiful experience of it all.
That's amazing. And so off the back of this trip, you got any other plans?
I do. So from Birdsville, I'll be heading north, going up to Mount Isa, then cutting across to the east coast. I'll be probably coming out around Port Douglas, have a little bit of a, special time there. Then I'm going to head up to Cape York. I'm going to try and find someone to hook up with in a convoy, because I like to do that. I'm travelling solo, but it's always smart to travel with people, and you meet so many nice people. I've already had a couple of offers from people I've met on the road that they're travelling up at the same time. So I'm very excited to head up to Cape York, take this with me and have a real adventure, proper adventure.
So solo trip,
yeah.
For all the women out there thinking about doing a solo trip, do you have any tips?
Yeah, look, you need to get on YouTube, watch some videos and see what it's like for other people. There's plenty of women already doing it. And I'm going to be making a heap of videos and stuff while I go there too. And you'll be putting up stuff. And so there's so much content out there. So watch it so you're not completely green. But I think if you can find people to go in convoy with, people are super friendly. Talk to people when you come into campsites like this, people that you resonate with, and tack on at the end of their trip with them. People are so accommodating, and they pick up people and drop off people along the way. And then there's that whole safety thing, which might be the stumbling block for some people. That's eliminated if you can kind of tag on with someone. But that's not the be all and end all. I just think get educated, watch the YouTube videos, consult with you guys. Like, you guys are a wealth of knowledge. If you've bought an MDC, your team are unbelievable with the knowledge, and they've already done half of these trips. So ask people, talk, get educated, and then you won't feel so green.
That's amazing. Now, Mel, I know you run your own business, so are you still working while you're doing this trip?
Hell yeah. I have to. Well, I wanted to go away for an extended period of time, so I'm away for 2 months. It's a bit of an experiment, testing out my clients, making sure they are coping while I'm away. I have got a Starlink satellite. You recommended that to me. It is fantastic. Actually, you're helping me set it up. I'm telling you, the MDC people are very, very helpful. And I was working just last night. We're in the middle of Outback, Queensland. I had amazing internet speed, just like Sydney speed, and I was able to update websites and communicate with clients. All my emails, I was doing internet banking, I was just doing it all. And after 2 hours, I can pack it away and then come out and enjoy the rest of the night. It was perfect.
So it's been amazing having you here, and here's to a great trip for us.
Thank you, yeah, thank you.
As we break camp and press on across the South Australian border to Inaminka, thoughts turn to the weather and what impact it will have on our planned route.
How's your drive been so far?
Yeah, pretty good.
It's been good. Yeah.
It's been a different way for us this time. Like, this is our 4th bash, so it's good to go somewhere different.
Yeah, exactly.
And a different scenery.
Pretty much been sleeping.
How nice is the landscape though? It's so nice.
It's beautiful. The rain has really brought out the greens, hasn't it? And the reds.
Yeah. As long as the rain doesn't hang around for too long,
It can go
it'll
away.
be good.
And our next stop is?
Inaminka. Oh, we're going to the Dig Tree first on the way to Inaminka. Yeah.
That's in
So
South
looking forward to that because we've pretty much visited nearly every other Dig Tree with the Birdsville story. So yeah, it's probably one of the two that we haven't been to yet.
Looking forward to it myself.
Should be good.
Howdy folks, enjoying life in sunny Queensland. Absolutely loving it. How's that? I don't know, except you're in South Australia.
Good morning.
Good morning. How has the journey been so far?
It's been actually fantastic. It's been great travelling in a great crew, and it's an amazing country and scenery, and this site with all these vans lined up all in a row. It's been great.
Where else would you rather be, guys? Hey, look at the weather's turning it up. Just had lunch. We'll get back on the road in a minute.
Love these little quick lunch stops that we have. Quickly just had my lunch.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
We're at the Bash, and Gabrielle here is ready for a 60-second quickie with Steve. So where are you from, Gabrielle?
Brizzy.
Brizzy, whereabouts in Brizzy?
Wynnum Manly area.
Yeah, where do you camp local to Brizzy?
Probably Bow Desert way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We head out that way, or we go up to Double Island.
Oh, beautiful
It's
up
a
there.
beach. Yep.
So you're towing XL13E. Do you love it?
Yes, love it.
How
Yep.
cool is it? Press a button, roof goes up.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have strength in my arms, so pressing that button is amazing. It just pops up and it's ready to go.
Good trip out here?
Yeah, great work.
Which way did you go?
We came through Windora, Longreach and Winton, and then all through that way. So.
Oh, you took the chicken track.
Yes, yeah. We did. It was bitumen all the way.
How long you had the van?
About 12 months now.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
It's been good to you?
Yeah, it's been going really well. So we love it. So we took it up to Fraser for Christmas time. We love that it's self-sufficient. So, it runs itself. You've got all your water there, 200 litres of water. So perfect for off-grid camping.
What's your bucket list destination?
Oh.
Now that this one's ticked off and you're sorry you came because it's wet.
Because it's raining and it's not dry and dusty. I don't know. We're planning on travelling around Australia in about 2 years' time, so we'll be towing this. So we're just doing a few little destinations now and then getting it set up ready to go. So.
Excellent. I hope you achieve that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your 60-second quickie.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
With thirsty vehicles and thirsty travellers, it was time to stop at Inaminka to fuel up and visit a great Outback pub for a cold drink and a break from driving. What a fun adventure getting here. And now we find out the road we wanted to take was closed now. It's Plan Bing it, so we're going to Plan B on the run and try and make our way to Birdsville some other way.
How was the drive up here today?
Yeah, it was a bit different. It was a little bit of rain and different scenery for us. Haven't been through this way, so it was pretty good.
Plan B turned out to be heading to Dig Tree and camping the night on the Araburi Road. A wet, slippery track didn't deter us, and we made it to our campground after dark. Well, it's day 4 of our adventure heading from Brisbane to the Big Red Bash. Yesterday we got into Inaminka and we found ourselves confronted with some road closures which prevents us from taking our originally planned route up through to Tanbar on the Birdsville Development Road. So we've backtracked now and we're taking another track from Dig Tree and heading up towards the Bash from there.
So we came in from Inaminka last night in the dark. We came across a very slippery, slidey road. It was a little bit hairy, wasn't it?
A lot of hills and really muddy. It was
slippery. We weren't
plus
sure
mud.
where we were going to camp. We found a little gravel pit on the side of the road where we could all set up.
We all made a fire, made dinner. Pretty good.
But it's okay, we're all here.
Last night we came in, it's pretty slippery on the way in there. We're all running highway pressures, so this morning we've decided to drop down. So I'm going down to 30 on the trailer, 30 on the front, 35 on the back of the car. And hopefully it's dried out a bit as well, but hopefully we'll have no dramas getting out of here.
So we had a little bit of fun last night. one of the boys pulled over off to the verge of the road for a little bit to let a couple of the other vans come through, and we actually got stuck for about 20 odd minutes or so. Ended up having to strap the car out. That's what it's all about. That's why we come out here and do it, and that's why we have these off-road vans. So when the worst happens, you can get yourselves out of it. If you are solo traveling, we do recommend you don't pull off over onto the verge of the road, because you can find yourself in a lot of mischief very quickly. But with a good group of people around and a lot of capable cars, we got Link out very quickly.
Morning all.
Morning.
Basic plan for today, going from here to Batuta, which is all dirt. So a couple of safety things after last night. We've seen a little bit slippery, and everyone's pretty much dropped all their tyre pressures down, car and vehicle. Four-wheel drive on the dirt sections there, just to give you a bit more control. Brake controllers, so on slippery surfaces, mud, dirt, you're better off putting it into manual mode. So I just mentioned in the briefing over there about brake controllers and switching them between auto and manual. On my vehicle I've got the red arc system, and basically you push the brake, basically wind back to 0, foot on brake, double press, light turns green, release brake, wind it back up.
We're on the Arabune track today. We've got corrugations, I like to say about 8 centimetres high in points. These aren't too bad, but no matter if you're going across the Gib, you're going across Savannah Way, you're going across the Cape, you're going to come across some very, very bad corrugations. Tyre pressures are key in this instance, and your speed. You're going to modulate both to find where you best and your vehicle will best suit the terrain. You're going to find situations like this all over Australia. So bring the tyre pressures down, bring your speeds down, and that is how you're going to be making it to those destinations you want to get to.
So here we are at Haddon Corner, located on the border of Queensland and South Australia. We got here off the Arabary Road on the way to Batuta. We crossed a couple of sand dunes along the way to get here. So impressed with the way the caravans handled it, and looked amazing in front of me. We're looking forward to getting back across the dunes and to the Batuta pub for a well-earned beer. So here we are at Haddon Corner, Queensland, South Australia. We're right in the centre.
Well, it's good morning from the camping area behind the Batuta pub. Been a great fun journey so far with the MDC crew. We drove yesterday from Inaminka to here at Batuta, and the track was absolutely phenomenal. Some of the best scenery I've seen out in the Outback, and travelling with the best crew I've ever travelled with. I love the MDC customers.
Okay, so a few years back we got stickers made through one of our admins, David McLean, Tubby, who was a good friend of Steve Robson. Steve Robson unfortunately passed away a few years back now, and the stickers were to keep the memory going of Campers Out for Robbo. And I just happen to have one in my car that I'd like to give to Melissa. Now we're at the Batuta pub, who also designed our group logo.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty special sticker, this one here. So give that to you.
Thanks. Yeah, he's very valued member, employee, person from MDC, so it's just really fitting to do it today. So we find somewhere to put it?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah. Anywhere you like. It's not easy.
No, but it's nice too. Like the tears of like gratitude as well. Like and just like but yeah, we're sad, but it's also beautiful that we're all put together. We can take a moment to remember. You know, everyone that's passed in our lives. You know, Steve and everybody that's passed away too soon.
After 5 days of driving with this awesome crew, we have finally made it to Birdsville. Dirt roads, mud, Vaughan's doof doof. We are finally here. Lily's excited.
The popular spot to camp prior to the Big Red Bash is the Birdsville Common. It's really easy to get to. It's in great proximity to the town of Birdsville. It's actually not a bad walk into town, so very, very convenient. But there's a few things that you need to keep in mind if you're camping here. Some areas can be a bit rough. It'll change from year to year depending on the flooding, because the Common actually will go underwater when the Diamantina River floods. But it is a great place. There's grass, there's plenty of room. Sometimes the area will crack up a bit when it's dried, so you need to make sure you wear good footwear to protect your ankles, because you don't want to go over stepping in a hole. Now, if you bring your furry companions, particularly your dogs, you might want to teach them to put up with wearing booties prior to the Big Red Bash. Around the Common there's thorns and burrs, and you don't want them to get into your dog's feet. Also, they can occur out at the bash side as well. So if your dog's feet are protected, you're cheering, they won't get thorns, and they'll be happy. And make sure you've got something for them to lie down on so they're not lying down on burrs and thistles as well. But it's a great place, close to town, plenty of places along here to fill the water tanks on your camper or your caravan, and lots of friendly people about now when it's beer o'clock. So I'm going to go join this lot and get the evening started.
I'm here with Mandy and Rolly from YouTube channel Memories Not Money. They're on the journey with us to the Big Red Bash, and for this trip they're in a Forbes 13 Plus, but this is your second MDC. Tell us about your first one. It was one of our little rippers, the Off-Road Deluxe.
Yeah, we bought the Off-Road Deluxe in 2013 and we had it for 5 years. We travelled around Australia, did 43,000 kilometres, and 16,000 of that was on dirt. We did the Gib, we did the Unadada, we did the Old Air Highway across the WA. Where did we else? We did the Savannah Way, but yeah, all the way around Australia. And us and our 3 boys lived in it for 12 months.
43,000 kilometres in an Off-Road Deluxe, travelling all the way around Australia. You guys must have been sick of setting up that tent, packing down that tent. No wonder you guys have gone into a Forbes 13 plus. What's your favourite feature about the 13, Mandy?
Well, after coming out of a soft floor Vaughan, I suppose I'd have to say the diesel heater and the toilet and shower, because I went 12 months without one. So yeah, that was pretty sweet. I felt like I was living in a castle.
Yes.
And she did actually shower in them 12 months. It just
Oh yeah.
wasn't all the time.
And of course, that's very important. How many times have you guys been to the Big Red Bash, and why do you keep coming back?
Well, this is our 4th year, and we just keep coming back because of the people, really. Like the people that we've met through the MDC Ausrv owners group have just become lifelong friends, and we catch up with them every year, and it's just so much fun, like loads of fun. So yeah.
Yeah, we love coming out on these trips, and we also bring the MDC crew, and we're always seeing the familiar faces year after year, and it's always great to catch up. Now, when we do come to these camps, Rolly's always bringing out the camp oven cooking. He must have like 30 or 40 different camp ovens, mate. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we've actually got 18 at the moment. But yeah, I don't know, fell in love with cooking on the fire. It's part of camping life, and I just try and find new ways to cook things, different things I can cook, challenge myself. So I put a bit of a challenge on myself this year. I'm going to do 35 kilos of pulled pork for the crew here. So raise some money for the Flying Doctors, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
That's awesome. Now, I follow your YouTube channel because you guys are always out in this thing. Memories, not money, that's one to look at. Is there anything you'd like to say about your channel?
It's only a small channel, but we just put it out there to show people what you can do, where you can go. You don't need a lot of money, that's our motto. Memories, not money.
Set up you have. Yeah.
Can't take the money with you. So yeah, we try and make as many memories and document it for ourselves and our children and our children's children. So yeah, it's a great lifestyle.
You guys are amazing, and I can't wait to get out to the Big Red Bash tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it, Vaughan. I'm so excited.
Thanks, Vaughan.
So here we are in Birdsville. I've just lined up in the queue to grab our passes for the bash. Very well organised though. We've got the Birdsville Bakery across this way to get in for a camel pie. Very quickly though, because I'd sell out super fast. We've got some great vendors here as well, hot pizza, some hot potato chips. And if you need toilets and showers, $5 and you head that way. So this is the beautiful main street of Birdsville. We rolled in yesterday. All of our vehicles were super thirsty. Lined up in the queue for the fuel. Very well organised again. We were in and out within 10 minutes. Now there is one thing when you come to Birdsville you must do. So this is what you must do when you come to Birdsville. Inside the wonderful Birdsville Hotel, come in for a cold skewy. Hey, can I get a schooner of Great Northern? Cheers!
I'm here with Scott, who is an admin on the MDC XTT Robson Campers Owners Group, and we're at the Birdsville Common. And Scott, this is your third MDC.
It is, yes. Had MDC campers now for about 10 years. Started off with the T-Box Elite, so that was a soft floor camper. Brilliant, got us into camping as a family. So when we first got it, we got 3 kids. Kids were young, had got us into camping and the lifestyle of camping and adventure. Took the family off for a 4-month trip through the centre, Uluru, Cape York, you name it, we did it. We loved it, absolutely loved it. And then as the family started to grow and, you know, getting a bit older and getting a bit softer probably, wanted a bit more luxury. So then we moved into the XTT, the dual fold. So we had that for a good 3-4 years. And now we're to the 15E Mark II.
Yeah, one of our newer models, the MK2, and they've got some pretty high-tech features.
It's amazing.
What's some of your favourite parts about the Ausrv XL 15E Mark II?
The electric roof is wonderful. It's so easy. You get to camp, take the latches off, push the button, away it goes. The electrical system is amazing. So auto switching inverter, 240 volt off-grid. Want to run the microwave, make some popcorn for the young fella, we can. You know, look, it's got everything we need. Hot water, shower, plenty of water, plenty of battery, and it's really luxurious. Great club lounge, so suits our needs now perfectly. You know, our oldest two are a bit older now, so it's generally just the wife and I. Sometimes the younger one comes along. So look, as my family's grown, we've grown with MDC and your products, mate. So
Yeah, and let's talk about that. So we've got the big club lounge at the front that actually folds down into a bed.
It does.
For the young fella.
Yep.
If he's coming along. But if it's just you and the wife, then that becomes the club lounge. So if we get any sort of bad weather, you guys can be absolutely comfortable inside.
100%, 100%. Even got the benefit of a stove and a sink inside. So again, if it is a little bit inclement, we want to boil a kettle inside, quick little meal inside, we can. So it's got everything that ticks all the boxes for our needs.
Yeah.
Mate.
And so Scott, this is your first trip to the Big Red Bash.
It is.
And with this group of people.
It is.
What's been your favourite part of the trip so far?
To be honest, a couple of times we're crossing some of the desert roads we were doing and just watching the MDC snake into the distance. Absolutely amazing sight, mate. So many MDCs out here, so many owners, so many of the crew from MDC. A few good nights around the fire, a few good drinks, a few good laughs. But yeah, just amazing scenery and amazing vibe to the whole trip, mate.
And our team are just chuffed that we're welcome to travel on this journey with you guys. And Scott, just like to say thanks very much. We're off to the Big Red Bash tomorrow.
We are.
It's simply going to be amazing, I think.
We can't wait. Awesome lineup, awesome group of people, so it's going to be fantastic.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Bash day!
It's the morning of our 2-day early access into the Big Red Bash site, and what we do each year is we come to the common area, which is to the west of the town of Birdsville, and we get all the MDC owners together, get them all in lines and ready to roll into the bash as one convoy.
It'll be great this year.
Wearing at the bit, ready to get in there and get set up.
Yeah, first time at Birdsville. We're in a Forbes 13 from Tom Price in Western Australia. Second time to the bash, first time in 2019, and yeah, awesome to be part of this great crowd.
My name's Jasmine and this is my 4th time going into the bash and can't wait to get in there, but it is freezing cold out here.
So excited this morning to be heading out to the bash. It feels like it's been months of preparation and we're finally here. I've driven something like nearly 3,000 kilometres to get here from Sydney to Brisbane and then out to Birdsville. I'm really blessed to be in the convoy of the MDC people. There's something like 80 plus cars anytime I've ever come out here. I think I came out the last time was 7 years ago, and I came out the MDC convoy then and it was a lot smaller. So over the years they've grown this thing, and it's a real privilege to be here. Met some beautiful people around the campfire last night.
We're hoping to get 94, I think, so yeah, just trying to get everyone organised and in line and ready to go.
If you're not here this year, get here next year, because it is a great event.
I was excited a week ago, a month ago.
We'll see you in there.
Yes, looking forward to it all. Have fun.
We're almost here. It's been a week tomorrow since we left Brisbane and we've got 40 kilometres to go. Can't wait.
We've made it, guys. Big Red Bash 2023. I've got Big Red on the main stage right behind us. It is chilly, but our owners aren't afraid of that at all. We've got nearly 100 vans out here, and I'd love to say a big thank you to Daniel Easton. Mate, we couldn't do it without you.
I'm with Leanne Lewis, and this is our second attempt at a 60-second quickie we missed out last year. So Leanne, you had some quite interesting circumstances when you bought your van. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, sure, Steve.
I'd been in hospital for a month with a brain tumour, and after surgery I still had really, really bad headaches 3 months later, and I decided I wanted to do something different. So I walked into MDC in Brisbane and walked out with this van set up.
That's a brave move, and there's a message there for people that just do it. Don't wait. Don't stop planning and just do it.
Well, that was what I looked at. I mean, you work hard all your life and then you get really, really sick. And I thought, no, it's time I did something for me. And I needed something I could set up being single. And it's been fantastic. The places I've been to in this van, even being out here the last 2 years, have been absolutely incredible. And it's an experience. You've got to live.
What's some of the destinations you've been to?
I've been out to Tibooburra, through Burke and on the, I think it's the Wanering Road, which was a real nightmare. I often go to Canungra and my parents' farm. 1770, been up through the Whitsundays, all up through there. I've been down through New South Wales from out west, coming in and zigzagging through to Sydney and back.
And just for the ladies that travel solo out there with MDCs and Ausrvs, we have a chat group for solo lady travellers. If you get on the MDC and Ausrv Campers Owners Group, find the profile for Mike Delta Charlie, send a chat request and we'll add you to the chat group for all the solo ladies travelling out there. You can share your stories, your tips, your ideas. You know, it's a great thing, and more ladies should be out there doing it. And look, I'm in awe. I think it's amazing what you've done.
I think it's incredible what we've all done. I mean, we all have so much fun. It's such a community, the MDC community.
It is a great community, and it's a great community because of people like you, people like Daniel, who bring people together. You know, it's hard to go anywhere and not find an old friend these days. So.
Oh, it is, and I've made some friends for life through coming to these community events. But even on that, if any of the solo women out there that join the page live near Brisbane and want to go camping for a weekend, give us a yell. I'm on it, happy to go anytime.
Great, thank you so much, darling. Give me a hug. You're beautiful.
Well, what we're going to have a crack at here, we're going to take advantage of the Australian Records book being here, who have kindly offered to do can crushing, go for a record, with funds going to the Royal Flying Doctors. So we're going $10 a head. We've got to crush 33 cans. Current record is 16.29 seconds. If we can beat that, we get our names in the record book.
They get as many goes as they'd like to, and if they make a little donation to the Royal Flying Doctor Service in the can, that's fantastic as well.
Banksy just smashed the record, but he got disqualified because I threw interference for him, so he's going to have another go. He's a little bit competitive.
Time of 12.76. New record. 12.7. Great strategy there.
If I had a size 12 shoe, I probably would have put 3 in a row.
Yeah. beating the record by 1/100th of a second. 10.31. Congratulations, Daniel. .07 seconds and a new world record.
So in 2018 there was 2 records. We had the record for the most domino books of the Guinness Book of Records, 3,300, set up in an hour. Then today got another record, can crushing, 40 cans, you've got to get at least 33, 8.9 seconds. Blitz everyone by 2 seconds.
We're out in the Big Red Bash paddock this morning, and I'm here with Matthew. How you going, mate?
Yeah, I'm well, Jack. Yourself?
That's all right. Yeah, she's not too wet, not too cold this morning.
No, a little bit dry this morning. Sun's trying to poke its head out, so hopefully it should get there.
It's definitely having a go anyway.
It is.
I seen you having a bit of a cook-up this morning. What's on the menu?
Yeah, we're doing some lamb shanks in the camp oven tonight. So, yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So, the real question is, what are you towing out here this week?
I've got the Forbes 13. We've had that since 2020.
Yeah.
We love it.
Been a good van to use?
Fantastic. We've done 20,000 Ks in it so far.
Nice. Where so far?
We done into Alice Springs last year, went up in the Territory, West Max, Uluru, Kings Canyon.
Oh, sounds terrible.
Into Lambert Centre.
Let me at it.
Yeah, so now we've done some pretty good tracks and plenty highway, Marooney Loop. We've put it through a few pretty ordinary spots.
Yeah,
that was great.
Any bucket list trips coming up?
Not at this moment, but we'd really like to get over and do the Gib.
Yeah, definitely.
Or up in the Arnhem Land. Everyone always wants the Cape as well, so...
That's it.
Yeah,
let us know when you do Arnhem Land. I haven't done that one yet, so I'm definitely keen.
Yep.
So any action looking forward to this week?
Hoodoo Gurus this afternoon.
Yeah, okay.
And definitely the Angels tomorrow.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Oh, well, once you've had those lamb shanks done, give us a buzz and I'll come over there with you.
That's the plan. We'll have a drink.
Lovely.
What name do you want me to be?
Well, I know where you live.
It's drag race day at the Big Red Bash, and there's a lesson in drag race day as to why you shouldn't drink half a bottle of Bundy the night before. And Ryan is a perfect example of that. How splendid does Ryan look in his outfit for the drag race? As he wandered across the paddock, I had to look twice. Then I saw this stuff and the dream was shattered.
So without further ado, we want to introduce the best drag of the Big Red Bash 2023 goes to...
Number 1 dragster.
Drag race day, it's a great day, raises money for the Royal Flying Doctor Service, and it is a spectacular event to watch. So much colour, so much fun, and so much tragedy when guys dressed in drag go rolling down the dune and arse over apex. It's dead set great fun, but it just shows the spirit of the event that guys can finally live their fantasy, dress up as a woman and run through the desert.
Mate, love it. How awesome is this? It doesn't get any better. In the Simpson Desert, top of Big Red, listen to one of the best Aussie bands ever. How good.
All those people out there and that amazing sun setting over there.
So Mark and Sarah, it's great to have you along again on our trip to the Big Red Bash and the MDC Paddock 2023. This isn't your first trip, is it?
No, so this will be our third time out to the Bash. We went out in 2018, 2019, then we missed a couple due to work, but we're really looking forward to this year, especially with taking the truck out there, and we've got a few tracks that we want to try, so it'll be great.
And catching up with the other owners that we met last time, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, what's awesome about the MDC community is people just like to go out camping together in their MDCs, and it's like a very welcoming group of people.
Oh, it is. When we came out the first year is when I first met Daniel, and from there we met other people that throughout the years we meet up with them at different venues. We see some of them outside of camping circle when they come down to different events in Brisbane. So that strands all the way across Queensland, which is really good.
Yeah, and when we talk about Daniel is a admin on the MDC and Ausrv Owners Campers group. It's just a wealth of information, and it's really great to see passionate people on that group talking about camping, and not necessarily just about MDC, but just camping in general.
And some of the spots that they go to, which is good to see, so you get some ideas when you're travelling around where they've had their MDCs, and yeah, there's a lot of information, even just little mods that they've done, or you know, just how they've adapted their camping setup. Just yeah, it's things that we can reuse ourselves. So.
Yeah, so like for this van here, I saw a post, a guy over in Western Australia did a drawer system on the side of his kitchen. As soon as I saw that, I went, yep, that's something that I want to get involved in doing. So I did some measurements, drew it up, found a company local in Brisbane that would make me it, and then we fitted that. And since then, I reckon there's about 4 other people that have basically copied the design and just go to that company and they just use those specs to make the drawer system. So it's really good.
Yeah, and what I love about you guys is you're always into your mods, like you're always tinkering and improving. And now you've got the XT14E, but that's not your first caravan from MDC, is it?
No, we had the 17 HRT. We've had that for, I think we've had it for about 3 years, and we did about 50,000 Ks in it. So we did a lot of travel in that time.
Yeah.
And then when we got the truck, we didn't quite need as big a van, so we just downsized to the 14.
Yeah.
I know, right? So the truck is just something different here on this trip. Mark, let's talk about that.
Right. So it's a MPS truck, a 7.5 tonne. All-Terrain Warrior did the fit out for it. So that's the canopy on the back, all the bar work on the front. And then since I've had it, because I like my tinkering, we've thrown in 240 volt power into that as well, pie oven into it as well. So while you're travelling, we can basically have our lunch on the cook as we drive, and when we pull up, lunch is already served. So
Yeah.
It's a great little thing to have extra on top of the van.
And we talk about big power. Sarah, I've seen this huge coffee machine.
Yes.
What is the go with that?
Well, we actually put that in before this trip because we've got 2 others travelling with us that like coffee. I actually don't drink coffee, but I do make the hot chocolates out of it.
Yeah, I do love my coffee first thing in the morning.
Yeah. It's been amazing having you guys on this trip again. The MDC team really loves it, and thank you for coming.
No worries, Vaughn. Thank you very much,
Thank you
mate.
for organising it.
Thanks.
So I went up the dune this morning for yoga, for sunrise yoga. It was amazing. The sun was out today. Finally, we've had clouds, so the sun's out. Mel and I went up for yoga. They actually broke the world record. It was 600 and something people. I'm not sure on the exact amount of people. But yeah, the sun was out. We did some stretching, some breathing, and it just really energised you for the day. And it was just a great way to start. So if you're ever here and you have the opportunity to get up there for yoga, I highly advise to get up there because you'll just feel great. Great way to start your day.
Hey Mandy, I think we're the only 2 people that came up from our camp. Go MDC owner group.
Good job, Mel.
I know.
Holding down the fort.
It was so good, honestly. Like, it's climbing up that thing and you got the sun sort of almost rising in the background. You got the moon. Like, it was just wild. You wouldn't miss it. We stayed up so late last night, but you just don't miss this stuff. It's divine.
No, it's beautiful. And the saxophone player and the bagpipe player, it's the first time I've actually been up to see them. I've always heard them from my bed. They're my wake-up call. But I was actually here to see them this morning. It was so good, so beautiful.
Yeah, I know. With our 1,000 other friends.
Yes.
So we're in the Big Red Bash paddock, and I'm with
Luke.
Fantastic, Luke. What have we got in tow this week?
Here we're towing the MDC 14E. It's actually our 3rd MDC.
Oh, congratulations,
Yeah,
mate.
Slowly, every time we get a bit bigger and, you know, try something else. Yeah, it's definitely a bit more comfortable, yes.
Perfect. What are you towing it with?
I got a 79 Series Land Cruiser.
Oh, I'm jealous. I love the V8.
Yeah, it's pretty good, mate.
A bit thirsty.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. But, you know, when you're trying to take everything with you, you know, you need the power to pull it.
You take home with you, that's it.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Where have you taken it so far?
Well, we've only had this one 6 months, so this is probably its maiden voyage, to be honest.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, yep. So upgrading from a 12HR, which was the older one, so it didn't have a lithium or anything like that.
Fantastic.
Big game changer.
The bed in these is massive as well.
Well, that was one of the reasons. Yeah, you've got 2 dogs, so you need the roommate. They sleep with us. Yeah.
I love it. So where's the go-to trip? Where's the bucket list?
A bucket list, it would be the West Coast, mate. West Coast. Over to WA, yeah. Yep.
Run across the north.
Yes, and down the south.
I love it.
Yep.
Fantastic.
No worries.
Oh well, we're in for a great week. Hopefully
Yes.
we'll see a few of the owners out and about. And
I reckon you will, mate.
Lovely.
There's plenty of us here this time, so it'd be good.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
Big Red Bash 2023. Great times with everyone.
We're in the perfect spot. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, I'm having fun. You're having fun.
I'm having a ball.
Now I'm going to go annoy someone else.
Absolutely.
Thanks, darling.
What's happening today?
Blue Day!
At the Big Red Bash, the fundraising never stops. Blue Day raises much needed funds for Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, and the Nutbush record raises funds for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. The MDC owners are an amazing and charitable group of people, and a huge cook-up of pulled pork, perfectly smoked brisket and coleslaw was done to raise thousands more for the Royal Flying Doctor Service.
G'day guys, we're here at the MDC Ausrv owners communal paddock. We have a communal area here where everyone congregates at night time. We're doing a cook-up tonight to raise some money for the Royal Flying Doctor Services. My part of that is to do a pulled pork in the camp oven. So we're cooking for anywhere between 100 and 150 people, I think. So I've got 40 kilos of pork and I'm just about to get it ready to start cooking. So yeah, I just get me big bits of pork and I cut them up into pieces and then I just put them in the oven, mix it up with me secret sauce, and yeah, we just whack it on the coals and let it cook for anywhere between 4 and 5 hours, and it just pulls apart really good. Okay, with my recipe, I found a recipe online which I liked and I tweaked it a little bit, but the main ingredients is smoked paprika, barbecue sauce, beef stock, onion, garlic, salt and pepper, and barbecue smoky sauce that I get from Serena Sugar Shed, which is near Mackay where we live, soy sauce, and I'll let you in on a little secret, folks. CSR, sorry, golden syrup. That's the magic right there. Okay, so it's time to start putting the camp ovens on the fire. We've had this fire going since about 10 o'clock this morning, trying to get some coals going. And yeah, we've got a good bed of coals. So yeah, I'll just sit them on there and let them cook for probably 5 hours, I reckon, and should be good. 4 camp ovens going on to cook this all up. But last year we raised just shy of $1,500, but this year we're looking to really kick that up, and I'm hoping, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get around the $3,000 mark for our 5 days out here. So yeah, because it goes to a good cause and it would be really good to see that. And the Royal Flying Doctors are really appreciative of everything that we do, and they're actually going to join us tonight for dinner. So that'll be really good to mingle with them and have a few chats and a few drinks. We all do all kinds of fundraising events. So yeah, just got to go finish cutting up the rest of the pork and we'll be all good. Okay, so we're about 2 hours into the cook now, so I'm about to lift the lids on the ovens, give them a stir, get the juices mixed around again, and just make sure everything's going along all right, and then put the lids back on and let them sit for another couple of hours. So I'll just do that now. The old trusty lid lifter. So yeah, that steam is what actually cooks your food in the camp oven. So yeah, she's looking really, really good. Oh yeah, and it smells good too. So yeah, they're sizzling along all right, so I'll just leave them sit there now, probably another 2 hours, and then I'll reduce the heat off them and just let them sit for a bit, and then we'll pull them apart and it should be delicious.
So Rolly's been in charge of the meat and it is almost ready, but to go with the meat we've got coleslaw. And the ladies have been here madly chopping. Give us a wave, ladies. You're doing an amazing job. So yeah, they've just been chopping like crazy and grating, and everyone's chipping in ingredients, and yeah, it's just so good to see. It's definitely a family affair. We all come together. So yeah, it's great.
Okay, so the pork's done. So it's time to start doing the pull, which I'll take it over and I've got my bare claws, put it on a tray and pull it apart, and so it's all nice and stringy and we can dish it up for dinner, so yeah. Well, she looks good. See, I'll just dish him out into my little trays here. Yeah, so this has been cooking for about 4.5 hours now, and it's always guesswork with big cooks like this, but you let it cook slowly and it breaks down the fats and renders the meat out really good and makes it nice and tender to eat. And there you get me little Wolverine claws and just start attacking it. And if you've done the right job, it'll just fall apart like that. So yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, there's probably one of maybe 10 trays we're going to end up with here. So yeah, that'll go with Wayne's smoked brisket and the coleslaw the ladies are doing, and yeah, it'll be a delicious dinner.
So we're getting ready to cut some briskets. I got up at about 8 this morning, went over to our friends at Black Barrel Barbecue. They were kind enough to let us use their smoker. We decided to do 6 big briskets, about 55 to 60 kilos of brisket. They've been cooking and smoking since about, let's say, 8:30 this morning. So we've basically cooked them. They're now resting in the esky behind us. Eskies you can use as a hot box or as a cold box. So we're just going to slice them up for our Royal Flying Doctor Service fundraiser that the MDC paddock puts on every single year. Tim, can you grab that out of my way, please? Just chuck it on the ground there, brother. So just going to slice this brisket. This is brisket that was kindly sold to us by Wingham Quality Meats. And the thing with briskets is once you get to the point end, you have to push it out of the way and turn it around to then slice it across the grain again. The point end of a brisket is my favourite part of a brisket. It's got a little bit more fat content in it. Just tastes better. Here we go. Why don't we give young Jackson a little taste? There we go, little fella. Do a little pull. We'll give some to Rolly. Rolly's kindly decided is doing pulled pork for this fundraiser as well. Give some to young Timbo here. There we go, good. There you go, Curtis. Have a crack, bud. There you go, my man. Oh, that was a good face just then. The camera likes to look at the beautiful marble grain in this brisket. Nice.
Rightio guys, if you want to line up down here and you see the guys over there, they'll sort you out.
One of the great things about this year's MDC 2023 paddock is the cook-up we're having tonight to raise money for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. Everyone in the paddock's headed over here, and that's the best thing about this group. Everyone gets involved. They're fantastic, great-natured and charitable people in the MDC group, and as you can see, they're all here to enjoy a great feed.
I just want to say thank you to MDC for inviting us to their barbecue tonight. It's a fundraiser for RFDS, who I work for as a doctor out in Charleville. So just like to say thank you very much for the evening that you're putting on and the fundraising that you're doing. I work at Charleville Base. I'm a doctor there. I work as a in primary healthcare, which means as a general practitioner, but I also do retrievals for critically ill people and for patients that have undergone some sort of accident and have trauma. And I work on the telehealth roster, so providing medical care to people in Outback Queensland that might live on a property or perhaps are travelling through that needs some emergency advice.
My name's Annie. Having a great time with everyone. It's been amazing.
Yeah,
it really
awesome
is.
food.
goosebump moment.
My name's Peter and food's fantastic. Awesome place.
Hey, we'd like to thank the MDC Owners Club here. We're John and Kim from the RFDS Queensland, and we fly the, we drive the RFDS simulator around Queensland. That's our roles. So we educate. What else do we do, Kim? Promote the flying doctors here in Queensland.
And
that's our role.
We're absolutely amazed on the support here by MDC and the beautiful food. It's so
brilliant
good.
food, absolutely brilliant food. This is great. Really good by MDC to do this for us. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good on yous.
Absolutely fantastic. Highlight of the trip so far.
This is absolutely delicious. They've done an awesome job.
This brisket is probably one of the best I've had. And when you look at the marble effect, look at that. Just comes apart. Die for. Absolutely beautiful.
I can't finish it, but I can't stop eating. I think it's a good sign when there's not much talking. There's like no noise, so everybody's eating and they're enjoying, and I haven't heard any complaints. So
Mum, I just heard
it's a
someone
pretty
say,
cool
"Oh
thing to
my
be a
God."
part of. So yeah,
Well,
someone just said,
whatever
"Oh my
you're
God!"
giving,
So
yeah.
Look, we've had a pretty exciting afternoon. We've served up 5 of our big briskets. There's probably about 45 kilos of brisket.
So it's about 6 p.m, the light's getting low, and he's been slaving away for 8 hours, mate. You've absolutely killed it. Thank you for supporting the Royal Flying Doctor Service and the MDC and Ausrv Campers Owners Group. Thank you.
No worries. Worthy cause, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Now, to be part of this, join the MDC and Ausrv Campers Owners Group, because that's the group where all these great events are posted. You get your invitation and you're always welcome to come along. Next year, 2024, you have to tick it off your bucket list. Stop planning, do it. Come and join us next year.
One of the main things we do at the Big Red Bash at the MDC paddock here is raise funds for the Royal Flying Doctors. Previous years we've done little smaller events unofficially and then given them the cash that we raise at the end of it. This year we took the bigger step and decided to make it official. We've got all the documentation and all the tins to go with it. We started our main one last night with the cook-up. We did pulled pork and brisket for a feed donation, and raised a substantial amount. And the other part of that is raffles. We had quite a few companies donate some substantial prizes, so we've split that up into across 2 separate raffles, and you get a selection of what's on the table here. Got the camp ovens here, which one of our members has donated. We got the Bendigo Brittle. We've got Country Comfort donated some barbecue sets. We've got Airbag Man. We've got fishing rods. We've got Nez, who made these cups specially for. We've got a number of these that'll be going out as prizes. Due to being official fundraisers, the Royal Flying Doctors donated a rescue swag. So this is one of their smaller kits. They also do a larger kit there, but this one's good. It's got a hook on it, hiking. We've got a barbecue, and I mean, we've got other bits and pieces that we ran out of place to put on the table here, but I think we worked out all up that we've got about probably $3,000 in prizes that give away for this. The earnings for the Royal Flying Doctors should be substantial.
Our 2023 Big Red Bash adventure has been an amazing journey. It's the last night concert, and the MDC owners, now dubbed the Orange Army in their Orange Owners Group t-shirts and hats, are enjoying their last night together, and some planning their next adventure together. To find out more about the MDC and Ausrv Campers Owners Group, check them out on Facebook or follow the link in the description or scan the QR code.
So it's a bit sad this morning. It's the last day. We're all rolling out of Birdsville. It's been a really great event. I'd like to thank Daniel Easton for getting this all organised. He's done such an awesome job, and all the MDC owners and the MDC employees that were here had a really good time.
we've just had a great time. We just love our MDC Ausrv family. Like, we get together with them every year, and just excited to come back next year when we don't come back.
Yeah,
you know?
we'll see you next year when we don't come back.
Hey, I cannot believe that this is the last day. I've just had the most unbelievable time. I've been before, but honestly, when you camp in such a big group as this, the MDC Owners Group, and the friendships I've made in such a short amount of time, I know I'm going to see these people again. And actually, even when we roll out of here, as sad as I am, I'm excited because we're going to Biduri to the pig races together. And, you know, I'll be hanging out with these guys more and more in the future. So that is the beauty of camping, isn't it? Meeting really great people and having these great adventures together.
Well, I've got to say this is another successful MDC paddock, and yeah, an awesome year for our 5th year. So everyone's had a ball, and yeah, just time to wrap things up now, pack up and start the trip home.
Wow, what a trip that's been. What do you reckon, Jack?
Oh, I've had a blast. How good were the vans, the people, the music?
Yeah. I'd like to thank Dan Easton for all of the work that he's put in to organise this amazing trip. What an effort.
The owners group's where it's at. So if you want to contact Dan yourself and jump in for the MDC 2024 edition, we'll be doing Big Red Bash and a lot of other events coming up as well.
Hope to see you there.